Hello everybody and welcome back to Maisie's Garden. I have a message for you. We are doing the What Do You Need to Cultivate reading, and this is for Cancer. So if you have Cancer in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or North Node sign, this message may resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate, please go check the other signs of your chart. If that doesn't resonate, then the message just may not be for you this time, and that's okay. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you're not doing well, please speak to somebody about it. Or talk to somebody. I love you. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're starting with the Green Witch's Oracle. This is what do you need to cultivate in order for you to grow, in order for you to reach that next level, gain your manifestations or the blessings that you've been working and praying for. Like, what do you need to focus on, or where does your energy and time and attention need to be? What do you need to work on? So what do you need to cultivate in your life? Okay? All right. Spirit, for Cancer, what does Cancer need to cultivate right now? What does Cancer need to cultivate right now? What does Cancer need to cultivate right now? Okay. What does Cancer need to cultivate right now? Thank you. 3 came out for you. Ooh, that one came, you may have Aries placements. One of the cards that came out for Aries is also out right now. So you may have Aries placements or something along those lines. Or just somewhere in your chart. Maybe, maybe not. Only take what fits, guys, in this. All right, the first one that came out is fog. I personally love fog. Foggy fog. I get super excited. I have ever since I was little. There's something about mist and fog that I absolutely enjoy. I know it can terrify people, especially driving in it, and I understand the nervousness and risk and anxiety of that, but it still doesn't stop me from absolutely loving fog. I love like a foggy morning. Oh, gosh. I don't know. To me, that's just like, anyway, it says obscurity and feeling lost. You may need to work on getting clear about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Okay? You may feel like you are in a fog, or you may feel like or maybe even you even need to cultivate being okay with going through the fog. Maybe not being able to see every step of the way, or exactly where the journey is going to lead you up ahead, and just may need to focus on the steps just in front of you, okay? And getting immersed in each one of those, being very present. All right, that's also kind of what I'm getting off of this. So being very present in each step of each part of the path, and don't really worry about being able to see 10, 12, 15 steps ahead of you, and just focus on the step you're taking. Okay? That may help. You may not have a direct destination right now, and that's okay. You can still move forward and take the first step, even if you don't know where it is it's actually going to lead you or take you. Just taking this first step sometimes is all that needs to really happen in order for you to then kickstart some momentum and kind of move things forward. All right. So cultivating, kind of being okay with not knowing every angle, every other step, and just focusing on the one that you're making now. Then we have moss agate, and this is positivity and change. Okay. Again, there may be something that's going on in your life where things need to change, or you need to make take a step in a new direction, even if you don't really know where it's going to take you, and just being okay with taking that first step and having a positive outlook on the journey, even if you, again, don't see the destination, don't have a destination. That could be very scary for people, especially ones that feel very safe in that control of knowing every step, knowing, you know, some people are wired that way and it makes them feel secure and safe. And so this may be very much out of your comfort zone, and you're going to need to keep a positive mindset on the next couple of events that are going to be happening, or the next couple of steps that you need to take. Okay. And being okay with things changing, and maybe what you once started it for may change into something else eventually, and just being okay and open to that whole process. All right, the third one here that came out, it says leaves. This is pretty. This has got a dragonfly on it. Some type of beetle is also on it. Let me see if it says it in the book. What kind of... that's not it. No. Where is this? Oh, there it was. Leaves. Let's see if it says anything. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to look. Doesn't say anything about the bugs that are on it. It's interesting. Anyway, it says renewal, revival, and progress. So to me, that's this change that could be happening again. You may be changing your outlook on why you're doing what you're doing, the steps that you're going to take, the destination completely. You may pivot. What this feels like. I talked about pivoting in, I think, the last round of things. I don't know. It feels like it kind of was. It's either that or Leo. I can't really remember. But I talked about needing to pivot and being okay with it. And that's kind of, again, what I'm getting here is that you're going to not know. It's like almost on instinct, you know, to take a left when you're either supposed to be, you thought you were going to keep going straight or taking a right. And it's like, nope, all of a sudden I know I need to take a left instead of, you know, whatever you thought you were going to do. It's going to help move you forward. It's going to be I heard the relief that you've been looking for. Maybe you've been hitting a wall. Okay. Maybe you feel like you've, you know, met a brick wall in whatever it is that you're working on, or just in life, and can't really get past it. This is going to help you get past it. And it's going to help you, it's going to revive something, like either an excitement, you know, the passion again, the motivation and the will to keep going or keep moving. Again, and they don't want you to fear that you may not know where it's going to lead you. Keeping a positive mindset, seeing this in a positive way. All right, we're going to move on. This is the Soul Symphony Oracle deck. Spirit, tell me more about what Cancer needs to cultivate. Being okay with something ending, right? Because in renewal and revival, that talks about something ending and or looking like it died, right? Or no longer active. And then real under the radar, and then it's reactivating, it's reviving, right? It's coming back to life in a sense, and it may give you a different type of perspective on things, or at least they want you to see it in a different perspective. See it in a more positive light. Change can be hard. People get real comfortable in their routines or what they know, and in that zone, you know, their comfort zone, you know. So it's really hard for them to change, especially as people get older. It helps them feel safe and secure in their life. But this is calling for some type of change to happen. And your natural reaction to it at first may be resistance because it's uncomfortable. You have to lean into it, okay? That's also kind of what I'm getting. We have visit out here. Unexpected visit, phone call, knock, riding by house. This is about reaching out to people more often, visiting with people more often. They want you to cultivate being able to connecting. This is about connecting with family, loved ones, anything like that, a little bit more. Reaching out to the people that you love, friends, making more time for them, visiting them, having experiences together. Maybe you need to call one of your friends more often or check in more often or a family member or something along those lines. And then it says terms, working out, negotiating with you, begging. Be okay with again, it not looking exactly like you thought it would look. That's what this feels like. Whatever this is, a contract, an agreement, and a commitment of some kind, or just whatever you're trying to manifest. It may not come in exactly the way that you thought it was going to look like, but it's what you've been asking for. Okay, because in our own head we create what we want it to look like, and sometimes we can't see the blessing for what it is because we're so fixated on what we thought it was going to look like. And you kind of have to have a much more open mind, especially with negotiating with you, all right, and working it out. This really feels like maybe a co-creation, and you have to be okay with maybe it not exactly looking like your original plan, but it will still get you to the same destination or give you the same type of outcome that you're looking for. Okay. Hi, Dolores. So just really kind of being open with how that final product, I guess that's why the obscurity is here, like the fog is here. They want you to be okay with not knowing every single solitary detail of whatever this is, and needing to be okay with that. You're gonna have to really dig in deep and be okay with feeling like that, because there's an uncertainty there, and that can create cracks for fear to get in, and they don't want you to let the fear override you. Somebody may be willing to bend more than you are, more than you realize, but there needs to be some type of negotiation or talking it out as well. Agreed, Dolores. Potential and actual are not the same thing. Exactly. All right. Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. Let's see. What does Cancer need to cultivate? What do they need to cultivate? What do they need to focus on? Tell me, please. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, I got this one last night. Who was this for? I got this one, maybe it was in Gemini. Could have been in Taurus. I can't remember. Traveler, move in a new direction. Again, this is being okay with things not going down the way that you thought it was going to. Being able to be adaptable. Okay, they want you to cultivate being adaptable, being able to move in a different way, or maybe going about something in a different way than you originally thought you were going to have to. All right, being very open to shifting is also what I'm getting. It's really about being adaptable and flexible about certain things. You may also need to cultivate traveling more, going to newer places, and not just just frequenting the same establishments or the same place. Opening yourself up to, like, if this is food, not like eating the same things, opening yourself up to other cultures and other type of cuisines. I heard delicacies as well, so maybe opening your palate a little bit more. You may need to cultivate that, and being open to traveling. Or they want you to continue this. being open to possibly moving or needing to move locations in some way. And this very well just could be an internal shift, being okay with a change happening within. And then we have Shield Maiden. It says, make plans and focus. She looks like a warrior. She's like ready to fight. They want you to cultivate. Again, this is like being very present in the moment. A warrior at time of war, they're present in what's happening so that they can kind of figure out their next steps and strategize. That's what they want you to focus on. What's actually happening now, and what can we do in order to move forward, or what is the potential way to move forward? Okay, but being very present in the moment and knowing what's actually happening around you, and not what like you wish to happen or how it should have gone down. It's like getting out of that very fantasy, not real stuff, and working with what's actually happening right now. Oh, the Angels and Ancestors deck, I got this gifted to me and it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I already had one of Kyle Gray's other decks, the one I'm going to use next, the Keepers of the Light deck. And so I always wanted to get this one again, but I had noticed that I got the original one off of Hay House, but I noticed that he stopped selling through Hay House, and I love getting a lot of my decks through Hay House. I've gotten a lot of my decks through them. I trust them. They're a good publishing company for the most part. I haven't really delved into them to know otherwise, but the stuff that I've gotten for reasonable prices through them, it seemed like he pulled from them, and so I have to go look where he is selling his stuff. But I got this gifted, and I'm really appreciated of that. All right, so we're gonna move on to Keepers of the Light, but anyway, with Shieldman, and make plans and focus. They don't want you to get there's something about distractions maybe around you, or allowing things to like catch you when things like catch you off guard. It completely derails you, as opposed to being adaptable to a wrench getting thrown into the plans and figuring. It's like a very critical thinking, problem solving. So you're going to need to tap into that side of yourself and not let emotional reactions, okay, Cancer, emotional reactions override that critical thinking, or that like decision making skill in the moment. This is really getting like a discipline over yourself so that you can focus appropriately. Oh, he moved to Amazon? Good to know. Thank you for that. He's got a couple other decks I want to get, so thank you. Yeah, and if you've been unsatisfied in whatever area of your life, make that change. You know, this could be a career, this could be your love life, this could be, you know, whatever. Your lifestyle, something. Make the change. Don't be afraid to move in a different direction than what you were previously doing. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to say, I thought this was going to work for me and it isn't. It's all right to say that. Honor yourself inside. That's another thing that I'm kind of getting, is like cultivating, honoring yourself. All right, we're going with Keepers of the Light, Kyle Gray. Spirit, what does Cancer need to cultivate? What does Cancer need to cultivate? Thank you. Ooh. Freya, phases and cycles, baby. That's what I love, that this is all coinciding with each other. It says, there's a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Ravens or crows may be significant for you in some way. Moon cycles may also be, which would be very Cancerian of you. This to me, this to me, you have to be okay with the ups and downs. Being okay with things changing and the original plan may look a little bit different, or you've had to adapt to a different way of things happening because life throws monkey wrenches. We're not supposed to be a rigid being. We're 75% water. Water is ever flowing. If it doesn't flow, it gets stagnant and bacteria grows and it gets disgusting. Okay, it's not fresh and clean. So you need to be able to move through your emotions. You need to be able to flow. You need to be able to flow. Oh my gosh, Dolores. That is so very sweet of you. I can't believe you just did that. You do not have to do that. Add this to your... That was so nice. I can't even believe it. For those of you that can't see, Dolores just gifted. That was... Thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. Wow. Thank you. Okay, sorry, I get overwhelmed by the kindness of others. It's very sweet. Very, very sweet. Okay, and sometimes you have to be okay. Okay, so endings, right? That can be really, that can be scary. It can be really uncomfortable. But sometimes we forget that means there's a new beginning there. And so that mindset shift, this positivity, that change, this moss agate, this is part of your mindset shift, and not like focusing on the negative, not so much focusing on what's ending and the loss and the grief of that. Obviously honor that, but don't dwell and sit there in that, because there's a new beginning. There's a new beginning with that. And so, even if it may not look like what you thought it was going to look like or how you thought it was going to go, start shifting that mindset in order to get okay with a new way. I feel like you can co-create something really great, and it can still be very fulfilling, rewarding, and fill you with joy and love the way that you want it to. All right? Oh my God. That's so nice. It's a gift. Happy Valentine. You're so sweet. I could cry. Okay, for Cancer, one more. That was just really sweet. Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Yeah, a lesson about really doing what is meant for you. Really honoring yourself, how you feel. Growing in a way that this feels like giving into the flow of life in a way that it almost feels like letting go of the tension of release in some way. And it's like you finally are able to it's like the sigh after, you have after a long day when you finally sit on the couch and it's like you're finally able to release and let it go. Okay, whatever it is that you're holding on to all day. That's kind of what this feels like, but on a much larger scale for your life. Divine Order, the universe, a higher power has a hand in what's happening. So having faith that you may not understand some of the steps because you don't see the whole picture, because they want you to be present in the step that you're taking now, right? They don't want you to look at the whole picture right now. It's not necessary for the next step for you to see the whole picture right now. So you're going to have to be open to that, open to having faith that they're doing the right thing, and you're going to be going through a next phase that's beneficial for you no matter what it looks like. There's something about releasing of the tension, so it's finally it's almost like a stopping of resisting. No longer trying to swim upstream, and you finally let the current take you to wherever it's going to take you, even though you may not know what it looks like. Just kind of releasing that control and being like, you know what? Okay, I'm following your lead. Let's go. What do you got going on for me? Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. You need to cultivate letting go of control. Okay. All right, that's what I'm getting for you guys. I love you so much. I'm going to do Gemini. I have a doctor's appointment in a little while, so I'm going to do, not Gemini, Leo after this. And then I'm stopping until after the appointment, and I'll be going live much later in the day, probably like early evening. With some of the rest of the signs. We'll get through as many today, and then we'll finish off tomorrow. Okay? All right. I love you guys so very much. If you're coming over to and see Leo, I'll see you in a few minutes. Shout out to Dolores one more time, because thank you so very much. That was so super sweet. Hi, Kim. And Cancer, Cancer, if this is where I leave you, and this is where we leave each other, I love you so very much. And until I see you